Hi, I've got my monthly planner out here and I'm doing the first week of April, which is our Easter. So let me show you how to do that. Hi, I'm Nicola from Creative West Aussie. Let's get stuck into it. Now I'm going to use my Versamat because I'm planning to do some stamping, but I'm also getting out my guides. I bought these from Happy Planner as well. Let me show you those. Just grabbing them now. So they're just clear. One side's sticky and one side's kind of textured so that the stickers you put on there's the packaging, doesn't stick. So I have monthly ones and these are the weekly ones. So I use the mini vertical. This is my creative or decorative jot journal. Oh, that's the stamp I want to use. And because I'm just using, what is it called, printing paper, I'm going to use that because I don't want extra weight. I'm using Momento ink so that when I use my pens, my alcohol markers, it doesn't bleed. I was just priming my stamp there. So these are the two colours I'm going to use. One's ice grey and the other one I think is pale pink. So I'm doing some pale pink around his face and his ears and on the bow. His, hers, whichever one it is. Now although it's Easter here in Australia, which is where I'm from, it's also the beginning of autumn. So it's a bit difficult. Like I was thinking about doing autumn-ish colours, and I was thinking about doing leaves, but then I thought, well, it's Easter and it doesn't. So it is hard working out how you're going to decorate things in the southern hemisphere because we have completely the opposite climate. Now this is all fast forwarded, so I'm just using the light grey, a bit of medium grey for some depth under where would be shadow or shade, and the rest I have going to continue, but I have fast forwarded it. So this is about, I think it's 2 or 3 times faster because I just didn't want you to have to watch the whole lot. And I definitely noticed that the printer paper soaks in the pen differently to what I usually use. But like I said, I only used it so that it wasn't so thick. I haven't got to the point of using adhesive paper yet. This is my first time of doing this, so I may get to that. We find them though that paper hard to purchase in Australia, so I'm just improvising with what I've got at the moment. So this whole theme went around this washi tape that I had. It's really old and I just want to mark it in, or in the 3 days of this week, that would be Easter. It's got a tiny little bunny rabbit on there and some silver. It's really hard to see. Oh, and at this stage I decided to put a shimmer brush, which I prime on a block just on the tail. So that's my finished product. It looks like it's dry enough, so I'm just going to fussy cut around the edge. Again, this is on double time so that you don't have to watch it in real time. I like to leave the camera running, but I just don't want you to have to watch me do it in real time because it's quite slow, I find, watching other people cut. So there's my cutting nearly done. Then I'm going to use tape runner to stick it down, and I've decided to do through the middle of the pages so it looks continuous. I've also got my Easter egg stamp there, and I'm thinking I'm going to use this rock and roll method. So I'm getting my 2 stamp colours. That's me, I was choosing them. So that's a pixie colour and that's a ballerina colour, which I think will go with my theme. I'm going to test them because I want to make sure that they look right. So I pick my lighter colour first, do a little bit at the bottom of the dark colour, and see how it looks like a nice, gives a shaded effect, or like some depth underneath for the curve. I'm then thinking, where will I put my boxes? So I'm looking at my mini box section, and then I go to my boxes value pack from Happy Planners because I know they've got the silver in there. Then because I printed it in black ink around the edges, I'm thinking silver and black would look nice. So when I had the calendar out, or the monthly calendar out before, I tend to use that as my diary, and then this becomes like my reflective journal. So anything major in here goes in first, and I like it in the boxes, but it doesn't tell me the time. That's in the calendar part. So this part here, once I've picked all my boxes, I just use it to highlight the area that I'm going to have something. Oh, and that title I thought looked nice on there in the nice silvery colours. So things like I work in retail a little bit as well, a couple of days a week. So that's what I'm popping in there. Still putting it on the plastic so I can make decisions and change my mind. And then I'm thinking so that might be, those two spots there I reckon will be good spots for the egg. So see how I just moved the plastic aside, get rid of any excess ink. I don't want it on my page. Just check that it's in a good spot and where I might put the next one. So I really just eyeball it. This is still on double time, so you don't have to watch real time. There you go, my third one. I don't think I'm going to put a lot more on this page. I think that's pretty much it. I always like it after the pen looks fuller, because then I put how I feel or how that situation went. So I'm popping a few more in here, like it's just where I think it will balance the page or add some interest. And then on this other stamp set I find a little basket with some little eggs in it. Finding a little block to match, I decide that it's probably going to look better in black. So I bring that out, get on with that. I suppose in hindsight, which is lovely with the magic of editing, you can see I've put some of those sideways, or not sideways, straight, and some of them angled. I probably would have liked them all straight, but you know what, I can do them straight another time. These are planner pages that I use. That's me putting the sparkles on the pre-dotted dots of this vertical mini planner. I use that for my things to do section. Then I've got that line for the mood, and now I'm just taping my bunny down. Time to stick them all down. Stick everything where I want it. So it's now going on the proper page, coming off the plastic. Excuse me. And I like that. So a simple page coming together quite nicely. Just going to glue those ears down a bit. Because that's where the punch for the disc goes, I think that if I don't glue those down, it might lift. Now that nozzle was a bit blocked, so you'll probably see me there. I am using a needle, a pin to unclog it, and then I'm putting it on the block just so that I don't get excess on my paper. I'm using the PVA glue here that I've decanted into that smaller container, just so that I get a finer tip. Because in the packaging it comes and it just oozes everywhere. So just final little bits popping down. See, the last bit goes really quick because I've already made all my decisions where I want everything. And I think that's enough for me. So I'm now going to, just let me cut that off. Use my trimmer to cut that edge off. Can't see the bunny, I don't think, that's in that washi tape, but hopefully you can. I might even try and zoom in a bit for you. So I'm just going to turn that upside down. I'm using my anti-stick scissors, and look, this is where I decided it needs another one. Love it. You can just add extra in when you want to. Happy with that. Put my inks away. So that was Bashful and Pixie, and I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, right, now I can put my writing in. So I'm just checking what pens I've got more to what colours match my theme. This one here, I wrote out the words for work. It didn't, I think it was too orange, so I went back to the planning board and just come up with a different, yeah, that's better. Now I'll get my head in the way a little bit here, so that's why I did edit some of it, because you just don't want to see my head. But that's me doing some lettering there. Then I'm thinking I want to do grey for the Easter, trying to get it to blend with my alcohol ink that I coloured in with, but I can't write with alcohol ink because it goes all fluffy or blurry. So this is a Tombow marker, and I can use a thicker side. Now that R on the end I did a little bit decorative, and I probably should have left it plain, but oh well. And I've put Easter weekend. Back to this one. This is a course I'm doing. It's a 2-day course, so I liked it in that colour. And now I'm just punching it with our We Are Memories Keep a Punch. Because I've only covered a few of the disc holes, I'm only hand cutting a few of them. Otherwise I'd use the full one. That's it. I like it. Like I said, it will, once I fill in, oh actually yes, I'm going to start to fill in my to-do lists. So I think I need to send off something to HBF, and I also use my black pen. Everything I'll be listing in the comments anyway, or the description I mean, but that one there I'd always put in next week's marker. So that's all the equipment I used. A couple of stamp sets, a few pens, washi tape, a couple of inks. I like Close to My Heart stamps and the acrylic blocks, and I've already got them for scrapbooking as well as my alcohol inks. So that's what I'm going to use. Well, that's what I'm trying to use, because I'm trying to use what I have. So thanks for joining me. See you next time.